Good morning, guys. Today is November 2nd, 2020, and we are going to go ahead and get started with our live video. Go ahead and get your piece of paper and a pencil, please. Remember, you still need to be doing this even though we aren't live. Remember, hold yourself accountable and write the sentences down that I write in red. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So the first sentence says, they runned after the mices. So, you need a capital letter. Run is not a word, so you need to have ran after the mice. Okay, so the single form of the word mouse is mouse. Plural form is mice. So mices is not a word. So you are not going to say mices, you're going to say mice. Alright. Did she go to the Pet Pals to get cat food? Okay, capital letter. Did she go to Pet Pals? Needs to be capitalized because it is the name of a store. To get cat food. Question mark. Which words have the sound of the double O in boot? Food. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So we're listening for that ooh sound. Soon. Cook. See, that has a sound. It's not the same sound. And tooth. So all of those have the same double O sound. Cook is a different double O sound. It's making the These are making the ooh sound. Which words need a capital letter? Okay. New York is a place. New York is a state, so it needs a capital letter. Disneyland is the name of a place, so it needs a capital letter. River does not. If it was the name of a river, like the Mississippi River, it would have a capital. But just the word river does not. And the word Kansas needs a capital letter because it is a state. What compound word could you make with ball and base? The word you would make here is baseball. Alright, so that's our DOL for today. Let's go ahead and move on to our story for this week. So our story for this week is called The Bear Cubs, or Two Bear Cubs, excuse me. It's a really good story, and it's the last story in our On the Stage module. So it's a good way to end the module. It's a very, very good story. Let's talk about the vocabulary words. Our first word is greedily. When you do something greedily, you take more than you need. The girls greedily grabbed all of the Halloween candy. Greedily. Hesitation. A hesitation is a pause that shows you are unsure about doing something. Bella kept reading even after a slight hesitation. So when you hesitate, a synonym for hesitate would be to wait. Our next word is burden. A burden is something that is very heavy to carry. It is a burden to carry all my school supplies each day to school. A burden. So, something that's very heavy to carry. A burden. Unnoticed. If something is unnoticed, it is not seen by anyone. It is not noticed. The sneaky dog went unnoticed as Haley talked on the phone. And we have the word drowsy. A drowsy person is sleepy and not able to think clearly. Micah was so drowsy he couldn't stay awake in class. Drowsy. So a synonym for the word drowsy would be sleepy. Reassuring. If you are reassuring a friend, you are trying to keep him from worrying about something. Alex kept reassuring his sister he would find her lost doll. Reassuring. So you're keeping somebody from worrying about something. So that is our story for today. Please make sure you listen to the vocabulary video and you watch and listen to the story. It's a very, very good story, guys. Alright, let's move into our math. We are starting fractions today. watch this video when you get onto Canvas, please. Go ahead and get your journal, and I want you to pause here and break your journal into 4 parts, please. Press play whenever you are ready to start. Alright, let's get going. Fraction practice. So here we have, guys, a circle, and it has been broken into parts. Okay? Each of these parts represents a fraction. Now, a fraction has 2 parts to it. It has a top number, it has a line, and it has a bottom number. Now, these 2 numbers have names, okay? So in that first top square, what I want you to do, pause the video here, I want you to draw this picture, and I want you to shade in 3 of those pieces just like they've done here. When you're done shading, go ahead and click play, and we'll keep going. After you're done drawing the picture, I want you to take notes over here also. Now, the top number and the bottom number are both called something. The top number is called a numerator. That is the parts that are shaded. So in your journal, I want you to write numerator and have an arrow pointing to the top number. I also want you to point to the bottom number and write denominator. The denominator represents the whole shape. So we're going to dig into that a little bit more. Addie's here to remind you, always label and show your work. So this is how we would label a fraction. So the first thing you have to do is you need to count the parts. Okay? So we have 1, 2, oh, sorry guys, let me fix the color of that. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Okay? We have 4 total pieces, which is our denominator. Our denominator represents the whole. Now, how many of these parts are shaded? 1, 2, 3. 3 parts are shaded, which means our fraction is 3/4. 3/4. So I want you to pause here. Make sure you label right here, please. And make sure you write your fractions in the fraction squares. And then you can press play whenever you're ready. Okay, so here we're going to make sure that we label our fractions. So we want to count the total pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember, my denominator represents the whole. So that's 6 pieces. And I have 1, 2, 3 pieces shaded. So my fraction is 3/6. Okay? Make sure to pause the video, and in that second square, I want you to draw this shape, break it up into 6 pieces, and shade your 3 pieces, and write the fraction that represents it. And the next one. Okay, our total pieces is 1. Let's change the color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this piece has been cut into fifths. And our shaded pieces is 1, 2, 3. So we have 3/5. 3/5. And our last one, Make sure you pause the video here and draw this, and then press play whenever you're ready. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of these are an eighth. Okay, how many are shaded? 1, 2. 2/8 of this shape is shaded. Okay, so remember, you have your denominator, your top number is your numerator, your bottom number is your denominator, and it's important to always label that. Numerator, denominator. Okay, and you can remember denominator because that could be like down. It's down at the bottom. The denominator is down at the bottom. Okay? So that's the easiest way to remember that. Alright guys, that's the end of our video for today. Please make sure you go in and do all your work today, guys. Alright? Have a good day.